In this video, I'm going to show you how to graph a vector field basically by hand, but using MyOpenMath. All right, so we've got some points here. So this is the x, and here we got the y. And so what happens when x is 2 and y equals to 0? So we need to figure out what vector are we going to plot, because the vector field takes a point and outputs a vector. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to compute. So we are substituting y equals 0, so we're going to get 0. And then we substitute x equals 2, so that's going to be 1. So at 2, 0, we got 0, 1. Okay, at 0, 2, what do we have? So again, we're substituting, for y, we're substituting 2, so that would be negative 1. And for x, we're substituting 0, so that's 0. Okay, next, negative 2, 0. So substitute negative 2 for x and 0 for y. So this will be 0, and then this will be negative 1. Okay, the next point is 0, negative 2. So substitute 0 for x and negative 2 for y. So that will actually become positive 1, 0. Okay, next point. So far we've got 4 of them. So we got 4 more. Okay, how about 2, 2? So you should be able to see the pattern there. So 2, 2 is both x and y are the same, so it doesn't matter. So this is just going to be negative 1, 1. Negative 2, positive 2. So now you have to be careful with the sign. So x is negative, y is positive. So if y is 2, that's actually going to become negative 1. And then x is negative 2, so that would be also negative 1. Negative 2, negative 2. Okay, how many negatives are there? Okay, there is 1, and then x over 2 becomes negative 1. Finally, the last one is 2, negative 2. So what happens there? So y is negative 2, so the negative 2 divided by negative 2 is positive 1, and then x is 2, so we got 1, 1. Okay, so now we're just gonna enter that here, all those vectors, and shouldn't be hard to do. Just bear with me. So what happens is for each point, we get a vector, and then we're going to plot these vectors. Well, we are not going to start them at the origin. We're supposed to start them at the point that they give us. So here's what we're going to do. So click on the vector. Let's plot the first point. I'm just going to look at my table over here. So I'm supposed to start at 2 zeros, which is right here. And then I have to plot the vector 0, 1. So what's that mean? We go 0 right or left, and we go up 1. So there's your vector, right? So that's the first one. Okay, the next one is supposed to start as 0, 2. So it's right here. And it's supposed to be negative 1, 0. So we're going left 1 and not going up or down. Okay, so that's the second one. Next one is negative 2, 0. So it's right here. And it's 0, negative 1. So it's just going to go down like this. Then 0, negative 2 is right here. So it's supposed to go this way, right? So that we can kind of have that circle there. Okay. And then let's do the other ones. So 2, 2. So start here. And then we go negative 1 to the left, 1 and 1 up. Okay. Negative 2, 2. So if we start over here, we go negative 1 to the left. So 1 to the left, 1 down. Okay. Then we got negative 2, negative 2. That's 1 to the right and 1 down. And finally 2, negative 2. So right here is 1 to the right, 1 up. Now, if you ever made a mistake here, because you don't want to just clear everything and redo it, let's say you just messed up with one vector. So first of all, of course, you can change the position if you decided that something's wrong. But let's just say, imagine that I just drew some extra vector which was not supposed to be there. So what I could do is just grab the vector and just drag it off the grid, and it's just going to disappear. All right, let's check the answer.